In this video we are going to be looking over this Olympus Infinity Stylus Epic Zoom 80 camera. And this one is in the box. It's not new in the box, it's used, and I'll be showing a lot of things about it here just so you get a good view of it. It's got the original registration card folded over in here so that the serial number shows 1599724, and we'll see later that's the same number that's on the camera itself. So let's open it up and look it over. On top of the little envelope here, here's a manual, a little bit of wear on the cover, but there's the manual. A few other pieces of paper here, dealer record, okay, some sort of registration card, some other kind of notice, Olympus paperwork, and some information about authorized service centers. And then here is this registration card for this type of camera with that serial number that was showing. Then in the box we have the packing here. Let's pull that up and out of here and get the camera out. And here's that serial number that matches this card, 1599724. So I'm going to set this all aside here for a little bit, and then we're going to look at the camera. One thing I noticed just cosmetically here is there's some chipping right here on the front, on the top edge here. It doesn't seem to affect how the cover slides open and closed, but there's that chipping there, and I want that to be clear. So in order to test this, I have a scrap roll of film and a type 123 battery. Now these do not come with it, but they're here for our testing purposes. So first of all, let's open up the battery compartment, gently pushing in on the bottom here, and that opens. Then we can stick the battery in, positive side down, close the cover, and we heard it snap shut. Okay, now we can open the back of the camera with this little latch right here. The back opens. Before we put the film in, let's just look this over. Looks pretty nice back here as we look at some pretty serious optics, it looks like, in this camera. If we look at the back, pressure plate looks good. I see the rubber gasket continuous all the way around. That looks good. So let's drop in our roll of film. We put that in over here, and we pull the leader across into the take-up area just a little bit. It's a little orange marking down there indicating that we're supposed to do that, and then we close it. And I hear a motor running, and so now if I open the top cover and turn it on, shows picture number 1. And the flash, I noticed the flash didn't pop all the way up. I had to kind of help it up with my finger. Let's do that again. Just close this down, open it up. Okay, you can see the flash, it almost made it up. I have to just do that. So maybe it needs a little lubrication or something, but here now we see on the display picture number 1, and if I were to push this, we saw the flash go off, and we heard the motor go, and we saw the shutter. I'm going to set the flash now to not flash. So now there's no flash, and I'm just going to watch right in the lens, make sure I see that shutter operate, and I did. I saw the lens move a little bit to focus, and then the shutter. Now I'm going to set the flash for the red eye reduction, which is that little eye symbol there. So now we're going to watch this. We should see it flicker a bunch of times and then flash. And that worked. And then you can always you can have it always flash too with the forced flash with the little flash there. Then it will go off. And we saw that. So now I'm going to shut the flash off, and we're going to try the self timer. So we're going to press this little button here so the timer and remote thing shows up. I don't have a remote for this, but here's the timer. And we'll watch this little red light right here. So now that came on, and I'll just set it there. It'll start blinking when it's close to going off. Okay, and there it did that. So we saw that work. The other thing we could do is look at the calendar here. That's set here with these little buttons on the back. And I'm going to use a little ballpoint pen just to push those buttons because they're kind of small. This one does not have any tool on the strap, so I'm going to use this little pen tip. So for the mode, we can go from the all dashes, which is shown there right now, push that in. Now it starts out as 98 January 1st. Now if we want to set that, we push in the mode button and hold it. It's kind of hard to push until the 98 starts flashing like it is now. Then we push the set button. You can see it sailing up through the years. 18, 19, 20. And then if I wanted, I could set the month and year, or month and date. But let's see what year this goes up to. 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And then back to 98. So it's good out through the year of 2030. So about 10 more years. And here would be where I could set the month and date and even the time. So I'm just going to set the mode back to all dashes, because we don't need that anyway. And having checked out all of the features of the camera, other than, well, let's do the zoom. There's telephoto and wide angle. And I verified that the little viewfinder zooms with the lens, so that's working. So now we're just going to pop off the rest of these pictures in this short little roll. So there, I heard it. So now, lens retracts, and the rewind starts, and so now it's counting back. 9, 8, 7, 6. And it'll go all the way back to 1, and then it'll run a little bit just to make sure it pulls all the leader in. There I heard it pull free of the take-up spool, and it's just making sure it's gone far enough. Flashing E for empty, I suppose. And so now it's safe to open it up, and we can see that all of the film has wound back into this cartridge. So if this were a real roll of film, we'd have that processed. So a few more things about the camera. Let's just look at here. Door closes properly. The front closes properly. It doesn't seem hindered by this little chipping up here, but I just want to make sure that's understood that that's there. That now that it's closed, we can take our battery back out. Clean battery compartment. Terminals are nice. This gasket looks good, and the latch works properly. Back, some scuffing from use, but nothing that would indicate abuse. So that is my little walk around of this Olympus Infinity Stylus Epic Zoom 80.